Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Panic, panic, panic. Is it going to 70,000? Are we all going to die? What am I going to do? No, no, no. In 2017, it went down 28% in 5 days, and then it kind of sideways chopped and then rallied. It will decouple from this chart going forwards from here. That I will give a high probability, a 7% probability. The low is in, it will decouple, and eventually it will go. The next phase will be alt season. Basically, we've just crossed 50 in the ISM. That doesn't mean instant alt season right now. Give me my alts. Where's banana zone? Banana zone's not happening. The banana zone's failed. You've slipped on the banana skin. Shut the fuck up. It takes time. It'll all play out. As the ISM accelerates, altcoins will accelerate.
The cryptocurrency market has continued to experience a bit of fluctuation in recent weeks, primarily influenced by various macroeconomic factors and investor sentiments. On Monday, Bitcoin reached a high of $98,400. However, the leading cryptocurrency experienced a slight decline almost immediately, hitting an intraday low of $95,000 on Tuesday. This movement was partly attributed to investor anticipation of the January Consumer Price Index report, which could influence the Federal Reserve's decisions on interest rate cuts in 2025. Higher inflation rates may deter rate cuts, making lower-risk assets more appealing compared to cryptocurrencies. However, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell stated on Tuesday that the central bank does not need to rush back into its interest rate cutting cycle, highlighting that rates were significantly reduced last year and noting that the economy remains robust. Powell emphasized, "With our policy stance now significantly less restrictive than it had been and the economy remaining strong, we do not need to be in a hurry to adjust our policy stance." He made these remarks during his testimony before the Senate Banking Committee. Powell's comments mirror those he made at a news conference in January, when the Fed opted to maintain its key short-term interest rate. The central bank is scheduled to meet next in March. While the cryptocurrency market is yet to fully recover from Tuesday's lows or make new highs in 2025 as many investors expect, Real Vision CEO Raoul remains extremely bullish on crypto market conditions in 2025. According to the renowned analyst and investor, the only thing needed before prices begin to skyrocket sharply is increased liquidity from the world's central banks. Powell says this much-needed trigger is coming soon and will usher in Banana Zone Phase 2, or altcoin season. We will bring you clips from the latest episode of Powell's Drinks with Raoul as he delves into an insightful analysis of macro and crypto. Please watch to the end, share and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Today's video is sponsored by CyberGhost VPN. With over 38 million of users worldwide, this is the most recommended VPN provider on the market, and it has an impressive, near-perfect score on Trustpilot. More than 20,000 rated it excellent on the review platform, so I want to tell you more about this product. A VPN is essential for protecting your digital privacy, and if you think you're already covered because you only browse in incognito mode, think again. Plenty of eyes are watching you every time you go online, and incognito mode only gives you a false sense of privacy. Your internet service provider, your school's or work's IT department, owns your home Wi-Fi router, and even the websites you visit still know who you are and track your every move. To put a stop to this privacy invasion, what you need is CyberGhost VPN. Just turn on CyberGhost VPN before you browse. It encrypts and reroutes 100% of your traffic through their secure servers, so no one will even know about your online activity. It's all really simple, and CyberGhost has servers in over 100 countries ready to cater to your every need. By the way, by changing your location with CyberGhost, you can also unblock libraries of over 40 streaming platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and many more. Just amazing. The app is available for all operating systems, and can protect up to 7 devices at the same time for you, keeping you anonymous around the clock. That's a lot of devices, so you can always share your subscription with friends and family. What's more, CyberGhost VPN doesn't keep logs, so not even themselves know what you do online. If you want to keep prying eyes at bay and be anonymous online, now's the perfect time to get CyberGhost VPN. And by using the link in the description, you benefit from an 83% discount, and you also get 4 months for free. And since they have a 45-day money-back guarantee and access to 24/7 customer support, everything is risk-free for you. So, use the link in the description, get CyberGhost VPN, and start protecting your digital life today.
Global M2, last time, this time, same pattern. That is the same pattern as the dollar. It should all play out the same way. Global M2 is a good proxy for global liquidity, which means number go up. The other thing that people get very confused about is they're like, well, what happens if the Fed don't cut much more? I don't care. What happens if rates don't go down a lot? I don't care. What happens if they don't drain the Treasury General account? I don't care. You've got to understand the global picture is the big picture. And the global picture, like 2017, will most likely be driven by China. I think the US will stimulate, but China is the big one. Chinese bond yields are now at 1% or somewhere close to it. They have run out of runway. And what does running out of runway? Jay Powell told you today, running out of runway, i.e. no rates to cut, means QE, baby, and more cowbell. The Chinese have I think when I looked at the calculation in my Excel, I think I got to, they need a ton of QE to do. So yeah, I think the calculation was a ton. They have to print money like crazy. Why? They have an aging population, massive debts. They need to service their debts. Everybody's in the same boat. This, my friends, is the everything code. I've bleated on forever about it. You kind of half get it. It's the fact that the only way of servicing the debts is to debase the currency, and the Chinese will do a lot of debasing. However, they can't do it until Trump beats them over the head with the strong dollar, which is happening today, and saying, you will agree our tariffs, which is happening right now. And when they agree the tariffs, he will say, I'll give you the carrot after the stick. The carrot is a weaker dollar. He did that in 2017. He will do it again now. The weaker dollar plus the lack of spending from Doge, i.e. the lowering of spending, will mean that rates come down as well. And what we get is the banana zone, the next phase. It is all to play for. There is nothing else going on. There is nothing to panic about. There is nothing wrong. It is all a piece of beauty. Global M2, every time we get to this point, it comes, it breaks out, it retests, it goes higher. We're exactly at the right point where this should happen again. Next phase, Global M2 going up, the weaker dollar. There's Global M2 and Bitcoin. Oh my God, I hear you say, because I hear you all the time. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Panic, panic, panic. Is it going to 70,000? Are we all going to die? What am I going to do? No, no, no. In 2017, it went down 28% in 5 days, and then it kind of sideways chopped and then rallied. It will decouple from this chart going forwards from here. That I will give a high probability, 70% probability. The low is in, it will decouple, and eventually it will go. The next phase will be alt season. The business cycle is picking up. New orders are screaming higher. The business cycle is the driver of global earnings. Global earnings get recycled into risk. Recycling into risk means risk assets like small cap stocks through to commodities, through to alts in crypto go higher. The business cycle has only just started. A number above 50 for the ISM is expansion of the business cycle. We've just had our first print since God knows when of this going on the upside through 50. The last time was 2020. So we've got the cycle to play out. We are nowhere near the peak in the cycle, which I'll come to in a sec. New orders, less inventories. This is a 3-month lead, screaming even higher. The business cycle is going to pick up fast. And financial conditions, the dollar, oil, rates, they say, well, it should go to at least 55.6, but that would be low for the ISM because guess what? We think the dollar goes lower, rates go lower, and oil goes lower. So that should push this up into the 60s, which extends the cycle further. So we're at least 9 months away from a cycle peak. So it is very interesting where we are. It is all very positive. When we look at the overbought, oversold indicator of where we are in the cycle with crypto, we're nowhere near overbought. We're just starting. Bitcoin Every time the ISM peaks, Bitcoin peaks. When the ISM breaks 50, Bitcoin accelerates. We are at the acceleration phase, not the peaking phase. Anybody who tells you otherwise is a moron. Mm-hmm. So we're at the acceleration phase. We've got liquidity coming. The ISM is not going to peak until the end of the year, maybe even into 2026. There is nothing, literally nothing to concern yourself. Here's the ISM and a kind of detrended, some fancy thing that Julian does with this. Gives you a pricing model of Bitcoin. I mean, if the ISM goes up to 60, where it should be going, I mean, we're talking Bitcoin in the 250, 350, whatever thousand level. We ain't even started. Oh, and altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. Here's altcoins percentage of total market cap. Basically, we've just crossed 50 in the ISM. That doesn't mean instant alt season right now. Give me my alts. Where's banana zone? Banana zone's not happening. The banana zone's failed. You've slipped on the banana skin. Shut the up. It takes time. It'll all play out. As the ISM accelerates, altcoins will accelerate.
Pal's banana zone concept describes three distinct phases in the cryptocurrency market cycle. Banana zone phase 1 is the initial price breakout and surge. This stage began in November, with Bitcoin hitting several new all-time highs, including its current all-time high of $108,000, which occurred on December 17, 2024. Following this surge, the market enters a consolidation period, stabilizing after the initial gains. Pal compares this consolidation to the patterns observed during the 2016 to 2017 cycle. This is the stage we are currently at, according to Pal's analysis. The next phase, termed the banana singularity, or banana zone phase 2, is characterized by a pronounced rise in altcoin prices. During this period, investor enthusiasm extends beyond major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, leading to substantial investments in various altcoins. This widespread interest results in significant price appreciations across numerous alternative cryptocurrencies. Pal believes Phase 2 will begin shortly, as soon as Trump's policies shift toward weakening the dollar to allow central banks to increase their balance sheets. Following the altcoin boom, Pal envisions another period of consolidation before yet another boom, Banana Zone Phase 3. One thing Pal consistently hammers on is that liquidity is the big driver of all three phases. Here are more clips from his video.
So, wages, wage tracker growth going lower. Therefore, we will not see wages increasing for a while, if at all, depending whether AI breaks it entirely. Ain't concerned about that. Oh, home prices. Well, home prices are a massive drag because there's a 17-month lead. So home prices will be bringing down CPI shelter, which is the largest part of CPI. If the largest part of core CPI is shelter, it ain't going up. When rates go down, guess what? Owner equivalence rents come down, and that drags down CPI. Look at the Cleveland New Tenant Rent Index, 3-quarter lead. It's puking. It's gone below zero. There is no inflation, my friends. Let's take away shelter and look at all items less shelter, because shelter's the lagging one, 1.9%. I mean, really, dudes? And then we'd use the Mount Fuji chart of truth that Julian and I have been using forever. Like, we take all the inflation episodes, the major inflation episodes, compare them to this one, and guess what? Inflation is coming lower. We will get cyclical inflation later in the thing. There's nothing structural. We're not going back to the 1970s. None of that's going to happen. Literally, none of that's going to happen. Tariffs are not inflationary. It wasn't inflationary last time. It won't be this time. None of that is going to happen. It'll just be a pretty ordinary cycle. So that tells me dips are for buying. Let's have a look at it versus the 2017 cycle. Are we near the top? No, we're fucking near. Are we going to follow this exactly? No. Are we going to do decently based on this? I think so. I think it's going to rhyme more than people expect, and we will have a stronger cycle than people expect. For NASDAQ, for those of you who still bother to trade equities, which I know some of you did, it's following the same pattern. It's all like a rerun of the previous Trump, because he's got the same policies, basically, apart from with the new tech stimulus. So let's go back. Again, Julian talked about this in his presentation, but I want to hammer it home to you. You guys all have PTSD from the last cycle. It finished early. Is it going to happen again? Am I going to lose my money? And am I going to round trip all my gains? Will I die? Will I have to drink Bud Light for the rest of my life? Or can I drink champagne? All of these stories. Blah, 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 blah. the orange zone, market goes higher, right? But it didn't really in 2021. Well, what happened in 2021? Oh, the ISM peaked. Do you remember? Raoul told you a minute ago when the ISM peaks is when you need to be worried. Oh, yes, the ISM peaked in March 2020, 2021. Previously, it peaked in January, February 2018. Guess what? That's when ETH peaked. Also 2013. It works every time. And where are we now? Oh, we're at the bottom of the ISM. Oh, how silly of me to be worried about about the market peaking. For fuck's sake, people. Oh yeah, from the halving, we've only done, is it from the halving or from the low? We've only done an 8x from the low. We did an 85x and a 46x. We only started. Liquidity, as I said, peaked in March 2021. We're now negative currently by this measure of liquidity. If I use the global M2, we're just positive, but we're nowhere near there to be a liquidity peak. As we said, the ISM peaked March 2021. So let's look at it. That was what was happening in March 2021. Look at that. Financial conditions were falling. And the ISM, well, it had peaked at over 60. And let's look at the current one now. You ready, kids? The opposite. It's bottoming. And the green, the financial conditions index, will be going the other way. And the last time it did this, it went up a lot, blah, blah, blah. This is the chart. Again, everyone's like, where's my banana zone? It's failed. It's like the banana zone is a period of time and a price action that is nuanced because it goes in bursts and then corrections. So the banana zone started from September onwards last year. The market came up and did what it did every single time. The correction after banana zone phase 1. So correction phase. Then banana zone phase 2 kicks in and it goes fucking la. It goes bananas. Then guess what? Correction phase 2 fits in. And then we go to the final blow off top.
Don't forget to click on the description link to get the special discount CyberGhost VPN is granting to our channel users. This application will protect your data while you browse and give you full access to all blocked content on the internet for $2.03 a month only. Totally risk-free, so check it out. Link in the description. In other news, financial behemoth Goldman Sachs has significantly increased its exposure to Bitcoin. In its most recent 13F filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the investment powerhouse revealed a substantial institutional commitment to Bitcoin, now holding $1.57 billion in Bitcoin ETFs. This figure represents a 121.1% increase from the $710 million reported in the previous quarter, underscoring a strong institutional push toward digital assets. A significant portion of this exposure comes from the bank's holding of 24.07 million shares of BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, IBIT, which are valued at approximately $1.27 billion, a notable 88% increase in IBIT shares compared to the last quarter. Additionally, Goldman Sachs has increased its stake in Fidelity's Wise Origin Bitcoin ETF, FBTC, by $288 million, reflecting a 105% growth. The bank also holds smaller positions in Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, totaling about $3.6 million. Goldman Sachs further expanded its engagement in the digital asset space through options trading related to Bitcoin ETFs, with positions totaling $760 million, comprising $527 million in put options and $157 million in call options via IBIT. At the same time, the bank closed minor positions in several other funds, including ARK21 Shares ARK-B, Bitwise's BitB, Grayscale's Mini Bitcoin Trust, Invesco Galaxy, BTCO, and WisdomTree's BTCW. Moreover, the bank's exposure to Ethereum has surged dramatically, with holdings increasing from $25.1 million to $476.5 million over the latest quarter, a nearly 19-fold rise. This expansion includes significant investments in Fidelity's Ethereum, valued at $234.7 million, and BlackRock's Ethereum, at $235.5 million. These developments reflect Goldman Sachs's aggressive strategy to deepen its involvement in the cryptocurrency market, positioning the firm at the forefront of the evolving digital asset landscape. Do you think this will spur other financial giants and megacorporations to make similar moves? Please drop your replies, as well as your thoughts on Raoul Pal's video, in the comments section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos. Thanks for watching.